Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist and weather forecast, and welcome back to Tropical Update, guys. So this is my second video of the day. I think I'm going to choose to do a triple upload, but I still don't know if I'm going to have enough time. But I am focusing on this. But guys, so after this video, I'm going to be doing a collab with the Front Insight Weather, guys. So go to the channel quickly after this, guys. And watch. We're going to doing a collab, and it should be out by 3:30 latest. But guys, we're going to be focusing on Tropical Storm Barry, like the top story we've been looking at for the past couple days. So guys, the thing is right now, Barry has a bigger chance than the last time I uploaded of being a hurricane now. Even the Weather Channel has gone over there in Louisiana saying it's getting even bigger and stronger. And now we have some more models on the spaghetti model showing it will be category 1. So it is looking like we have some bigger chances for Hurricane Barry to affect the Gulf Coast before landfall, and especially affect parts of Louisiana. So guys, we do have a lot of new updates, guys. Like a lot of things to talk about, guys. So if you guys are going to be affected if you guys are in the path, if you guys even want to know if you're in the path, stay tuned to that. And if you guys want to know the timing, when to expect landfall, what advisories do you have right now, all that, stay tuned and you will all find out. Alright guys, so again, we are going to be looking at the National Weather Service now. So as you can tell, we do have hurricane warning still off the coast of Louisiana. And let me do that again. Off the coast of Louisiana, we do still have some hurricane warnings, which is still a sign that if they would have taken these off, if we would have seen a decreasing chance of hurricane. But we do have some up to 2 to 3 counties still in Louisiana that have hurricane warnings, especially in this little bay area for south central Louisiana. And we also do have some more out here for some little islands off the coast of southeastern Louisiana. So again, we still have those hurricane warnings, and we also have the tropical storm warnings out for parts of north central or south central Louisiana, and also for some areas for the Alexandria area. And then we also have some flood warnings too in these light green colors for areas just north of New Orleans. We have some flood warnings out there next to the tropical storm warnings. And then we also, just north of the hurricane warnings, we do have storm surge warnings. That's actually even a bigger threat, because we could actually see up to 3 to 6 feet of storm surge for these areas. So guys, 6 feet can definitely pick up your car and drag it down the road with a flood. So we do have storm surge warnings for southern Louisiana, very close actually to New Orleans too. And then in the lighter purple, we do have storm surge watches for the Gulfport area of Mississippi, off the coast of Mississippi all the way to Louisiana. So that's where we do have currently some storm surge watches there. And then the dark green colors, we do have flash flood watches there too for Mississippi and Alabama and the Panhandle. So those areas can still get rain even if they're not in the cone. So now we're going to be looking at the 5-day tropical weather outlook. So as you can tell, we still have Barry here getting awfully close now. You can see even the outer bands a bit more to Louisiana than before. It is now 55 knots maximum sustained wind, guys. It has gone a lot bigger today. Now maximum winds are 65 miles per hour. Guys, it actually grew a lot faster than expected, guys. It has grown a lot faster than expected. And this is actually why the Louisiana has has declared a state of emergency. The Louisiana governor has declared a state of emergency for Louisiana, and this is why, because everybody now, for those people who have not evacuated, are either right now currently getting food or filling up sandbags right now. So guys, it is a very big deal. I know it's not a major hurricane or even a hurricane right now, but it's still going to bring in some huge storm surge threats, and that's to 998 millibars. So that is still showing some increasement of some winds and power. So guys, now it's looking even more organized than before. We're having a lot of vorticity, guys, and look at all the clouds. Look at all the outer bands that are coming in already into parts of the Gulf Coast. Look at this. We already have so many clouds for Mississippi and Louisiana and even Alabama, guys. Look at all these cloud covers just from these bands moving towards the west. And you can see a lot of vorticity, especially right here. A lot of energy. It's going to be very cloudy for the next couple hours, guys, and that is not good. I know some people are like, it's hot, we need the clouds. But guys, these clouds are not really something you're going to be happy about when you see them. That is an indication, if you live in this area, that is awfully close. That barrier's awfully close, and either you have to prepare now or leave. So we have a lot of vorticity, especially right here, guys. We have so much vorticity in this one area. We're having these outer bands pushing to the west, northwest now. We're having a lot of rotation, especially right here. It starts to go like this now, then it starts to go like that. So that's an indication it's having rotation. And then we are starting to have a circulation in a circular form now. So we're finally having this circular form right here. We kind of are seeing why it's looking like it can become a hurricane. And we are having the center looking just a bit into the northern part of the storm. And we are having a lot of cloud formation. And we are finally having our vorticity here on the side. And we could possibly have our eye wall be right here. And then the eye should be somewhere right here. So that is what it's looking like right now here. Again, beautiful cloud formation. And we are having some drizzles. I heard that we have some rain in New Orleans. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, we have some rain in New Orleans there, because the outer bands again are going to bring up to 2 to 3 inches even before the major part of Barry makes landfall tomorrow. Alright guys, so now we're going to be looking at the timing. This is the something we really need to look at, the timing, because the timing can change everything. So the timing is a bit later now. The timing is looking like it should be a bit later into the morning, but we'll get into the timing after we look at this. So in the yellow, for the Gulfport area and for parts of Alabama coast, we have tropical storm watches in the yellow. And then the blue, including New Orleans, across all the way to the New Orleans area, all the way to the southern coast of Louisiana. In the blue color, we do have tropical storm warnings. So that's where we have New Orleans and tropical storm warning. And then the red is where we do have hurricane warnings. So that is not a good thing. That is not a good deal for parts of the southern coast of Louisiana. And then in the pink color underneath all of this is where we have hurricane watches, which is still pretty dangerous to be in there. The X marks the spot of where it was first tracked this morning, 10 a.m. right there. And you can see the blob of the circular area, and this color has gotten a lot bigger. That is for the tropical storm current winds. So it's a lot bigger now. It's possibly half the size of Louisiana, that wind extent. That's not the whole size of the storm. That's just the area of the storm that has tropical storm winds right now. So now that we looked at that, we can have tropical storm later tonight. And we could have hurricane landfall, guys. We can have it make landfall as Hurricane Barry at 7 a.m. Saturday tomorrow, guys, is where we can have landfall. So I might have an earlier video come out maybe at 10:30 to cover this, because it's really going to make landfall really early. So you guys, it's either leave right now or there's really no choice. Like it's not safe to travel at midnight when there's still some winds. I know it doesn't make landfall at midnight, but there's still going to be some winds. It's going to be very cloudy, and there's going to be some wind and rain. So like it's not safe. So it's either do it now, get some water, go to the gas station, and then boom. And then it becomes tropical storm by so it's a hurricane 7 a.m. Saturday, and then later the same day it becomes a tropical storm. So it won't be a hurricane that long, and then it goes to depression as it goes into Arkansas, and then it becomes basically the remnants of Barry as it goes out into the Indiana area. Now we're going to be looking at the tropical storm Barry model track guidance. Again, they're not looking much different than earlier today, but we are having some more models that are spilling out that are starting to disagree with the other models. So we are having 2 or 3 more models showing it hitting parts of Nashville and parts of southern Kentucky there. But the majority of the models do show it like this. Let me draw a cone, because I know it's really, really confusing. I'm just going to draw a cone for you guys. So that is where it's the cone. If you're in this area, that's where you can possibly be impacted. Even if you're all the way over here and you're still in the cone, I know you're like, well, it's not going to be that bad. You guys still need to watch out there, especially if you're right here. Again, guys, New Orleans is currently in the clear zone right now. Again, none of the models are showing it hitting New Orleans because it did shift a bit to the west now. If you're in Mississippi, not big deal. That's why Mississippi has not declared a state of emergency. The models last night were correct, they would have. But now it's showing shifting all the way into going straight up the heart of Louisiana, going straight up through the central Louisiana. So basically most of the state will be affected. So that's why they really need to get a state of emergency. So again, go straight up through Louisiana, affect parts of Little Rock, affect parts of southern Illinois, affect Indianapolis, go straight through Columbus and Cincinnati, and possibly end up into the North Atlantic, and possibly become another system. You never know. Alright guys, so now we are going to be looking at the model intensity guidance. We are having, I counted five models that show category 1 now. A weak category 1, obviously the maximum will probably be 66 knots, something like that. But it's a bit more models than earlier today. I think earlier today we had at just like 8 a.m. When I mean earlier today, we had like three or two models staying category 1. So now we have 5, which is kind of a big deal now. I know it's not more than 50%, but it's, again, even the Weather Channel saying it become category 1, sorry. And then, so at this point, some of the models even show it increasing in speeds by the next 24 hours. And then by then, even if it becomes a hurricane, they will start to come down before it does get to Arkansas. So basically, Louisiana is the only one getting hit. Arkansas and Mississippi are in the clear for really bad weather there. And then we should have some decreasement in the next two to 3 days. Is where we should have it go back to a depression. And then by then, it should be in the coast clear for the areas in the mid-Atlantic and all that. Now we're going to be looking at the precipitation for Tropical Storm Barry, guys, but we're going to be looking at we're not going to be looking at the European weather models. We're going to be looking at on the National Weather, on the Storm Prediction Center. So this is where we're going to be looking at. So as you can tell, we could see a lot. We just see a lot of colors, guys, and especially over here. So guys, we're going to have, again, possibly landfall in this little area right here. It's looking like we can have up to 10 to 20 inches for this area. I know it's not going to be exactly what it says here. Sometimes it's a lot more, but we can have 10 to 20 inches in this circular area. I know it doesn't show it there, but we could actually see 20 inches in this small little area. That's where we can actually see up to 20 plus inches there, and we can actually see 15 to 20 inches in this light purple there, and then the red where New Orleans is in this red, just on the edge of the red, is 10 to 15 inches, but I would say 10 to 20. I agree with the Weather Channel, what they said there. That'll be even stretching all the way for southern Mississippi, where southern Mississippi was always in the threat there. And then we have a widespread area with the orange that could be 6 to 10 inches. I would say a bit more for some areas right here. I would say maybe a foot of rain there, but again, we can actually have 10 inches for all the way for southern Tennessee, guys. Even it's so far inland, but they can still get just under a foot of rain, guys. It's crazy. And look at this, guys. Look at the Mississippi River getting up to 10 inches. It's already over flood state. It's already on flood stage, guys, so it can really overflow Memphis, overflow parts of Jackson, overflow a lot of areas. And then the yellow, we do have 4 to 6. So again, not a big deal, but again, 4 to 6 inches is a lot for just a small time period. So guys, now we're going to be looking at the 10-meter wind. This is if you're on the land, not higher elevation. This is just straight up on land. So as you can tell, we can have 41 knots now for some areas up there in these small little islands there where the Mississippi spills out. But guys, look at this. The 10-meter wind now is showing an eye. It's finally showing an eye. So even this model that has been showing Tropical Storm Barry is now showing Hurricane Barry here. So looking like we have a very good chance for a Hurricane Barry here. And then we could have up to 53 knots there later on, even 57 knots there. And then it should weaken a little bit, bringing up to 28 knots there for Mississippi, and bringing in some even 20 knots from the Memphis area. Last real wind model we're going to be looking at, again, the H50 HPA. Again, this is higher into the atmosphere, I believe 5,000 feet. So we're only going to be looking at this for the areas that when it spills out into the Atlantic, the northern Atlantic, and these areas in the Appalachian Mountains get affected. So again, this is always going to be showing higher numbers because it's higher elevation and it has not made contact with land. So it's going to be bigger and always higher numbers. So again, it's going to be showing 95 knots there. So again, a lot bigger than 56 knots. but we're going to be looking at when it affects parts of the Appalachian Mountains, because some areas in the Appalachian Mountains are way more than 5,000 feet, so they can most definitely have some strong winds. So we can actually see up to possibly 38 knots there for Virginia and North Carolina, and then bring in up to 30 knots there for the Georgia area, and then later on could bring in some more winds out there for the mountains out there in Virginia. So that's the only reason why we're looking at. Now, last thing we're looking at is the radar. This is the different radar. We're going to be looking at the NAN 3KM. We look at this one for severe weather. If you watch my severe weather videos, so we're going to be looking at this more detailed one for you guys can see when you can start having rain. So guys, look, by later today, we can even have some bands. These bands, these severe weather bands, are all from this storm, all from Mary. Even look all the way over here. We have all these bands. Look how scattered they are. So we're going to have impact already. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to leave, it's now's the time, because look, later on tonight, we are going to have even some more rain showers out here for southern Louisiana. Look at this, 989 millibars. You don't want to drive when it's that close. Look at these storms in the center of that, guys. You don't want to be that close to that. And then by later tomorrow, very, very early tomorrow, we will have it start to make impact on southern Louisiana. Some of the areas could make impact here, and look like we could have the center somewhat over here. The center, we have the eye wall, again, the worst part of the storm there. And look at this, it gets even stronger right before it gets in there. 979 millibars. Let me try to do this where you guys can see the time too. So 979 millibars. Look, this is the next 21 hours, so not even a day from now. So this is going to be more into the morning, around 11 a.m. So we're going to have very, very heavy rain making its way into parts of southern Louisiana. Going to bring in some even heavier rain for parts of Louisiana all the way into Mississippi. We're going to even have a more heavy band for Mississippi and Alabama. Just look at this storm, guys. Look how much rain there is. That's why we can have actually up to 2 feet at most of rain. It's going to be ripping through parts of the Baton Rouge area, going to rip through the Alexandria area. So look, even when the worst of it is over here into Arkansas now, look, we're still going to have some more rain out there for the areas that just got the real impact. And then we can even have that rain start to go into Missouri later on, and even still affect parts of northern Louisiana, even southern Mississippi still. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please never forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, and see you guys in the next video, possibly tonight, for my triple upload. See you guys. Bye.